Hi, thanks for sending your questions to Snapmath. So I'm going to answer number 5 first, and that's dealing with special right triangles. And in this particular problem, it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And the way I know that is because they give you the angle 30. So if that's 30, this has to be 60. So I wrote the standard rule for 30, 60, 90 triangle to the right here, where the small side is always opposite the 30 degrees, and then the longer side is opposite the 60 degrees, and then the hypotenuse is always opposite of the right angle. All right, so the relationship is the small side is always going to be x. The relationship from the small side to the hypotenuse is double, and then the relationship to the small side to the longer side is x rad 3, which you multiply by rad 3. All right, so in this question, they give us the small side. So we need to figure out what the first one I would do is probably, let's do the hypotenuse. So to find x, we would take the small side, which is 2 rad 3, and double it. So we multiply it by 2. And that's going to give us 4 rad 3. All right, so that's our x value. Our y value, we multiply 2 rad 3 by rad 3. And when you do that, you get 2 rad 9, which then will turn into, that rad 9 will turn into a 3, and it'll be 2 times 3, which will be 6. All right? The second one is using trig functions. So I'm sure you were taught SOH-CAH-TOA. Its sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we need to figure out which trig function to use. Well, we see our angle here is 12 degrees, and directly across is the x value. So that the relationship between that angle and that side is the opposite. And then, like we talked about, opposite of the right angle is the hypotenuse, and that's 100. So then we need to find something with opposite and hypotenuse. When I look over here, well, it'd be sine because we have opposite over hypotenuse there. So now I'm going to set up my equation. So I have sine, and write the degree, 12 degrees equals x over 100. And then you just multiply by 100 on each side. And x will be 20.79. All right. Thanks for sending your questions to Snapmath, and have a great night.